Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Your boy is still sick, but he is feeling a little better, a little more energized. So, that is good signs. Hopefully, today is the day we do 3 videos again. Turbo, maybe covering something else, and who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, enough yapping. Listen, not too much turbo news has come out, right? But we are still going to cover Turbo regardless, right? So here's a good point Turbo has made, right? The rug really tied the room together. Man, and Turbo really ties the community together. No rugs, no VCs, right? And that is true, right? This is a community takeover coin. There's no rug pull, there's no nothing, right? And this is why Turbo is great. That's why people like investing in this because right now, in a way, it's free game, right? There's no one on the other side just to crash the coin, right? Of course, there's decent sized whales that have bought up a lot of tokens that will, partially impact the price here and there. But, there's no one with like 50% supply in Turbo that can just single handedly, turn your 10K portfolio back down to like 4K, right? It just doesn't work, right? So that's the beautiful thing about Turbo, right? That's what also makes it bullish, um, right? That's just part of one of the reasons, right? We can also see that Turbo has done an expansion. You can now deposit and withdraw Turbo on Solana via TurboSwap, right? Trade and manage your tokens with fast, low cost transactions. So we can see, right? Very, very nice, right? Little minor wins, but that's what we like to do, right? Does Turbo ever sleep? This guy said, never. And it's true, right? They are literally doing any type of win they can. And that is why I absolutely like and adore this coin. Obviously, there's also other reasons, but in terms of their work ethic, they are consistently on top of it, right? Their worst day, like, is just them tweeting 2 or 3 times in a day. Like, that's their floor. Like, that's their floor. That's a great floor to have. Being active, wow. But pretty much every other day, there's some kind of update. Like, these guys are doing every single thing they can. That's why I'm still so bullish, right? I'm still so bullish on Turbo. We can see, right, when we go to price action, ladies and gentlemen, right, we talked about how we reacted off of the zone. And I was looking to see if we would break higher, right? I did believe, we would get a pullback off of this area. I said maybe potentially somewhere down here or here. And that's exactly what happened, right? Also, I will have to say this right now while there's still a lot of people paying attention. Listen, right? I cannot always give you the exact price point where it's going to sell off. I can give you a very good, in general, like detailed area, right? But the exact price point, it's something that I would have to do in the moment. So when I sometimes do these videos, right, I, you know, we are sometimes in a stage where we have to make a decision and I have to see how price reacts off of certain areas. That is why yesterday I said, right, you know, we're selling off this area, but we have to see if we're going to create a higher low, right? Because that's what we have been slowly doing. We've been creating higher lows. I said, if we create another higher low, then we could be pushing for a higher high. Okay. That is what I said. And I saw some comment, try to be a little sneaky, like little, tricky, with his wording. And I was like, all right, buddy, like that is just not how like the crypto markets work, right? A lot of it is just markets in general is just patience, right? You have to wait to see, uh, for confirmation, right? So that is why sometimes I'll just give you guys general areas, and sometimes I'll say, okay, like I believe based off the evidence of A, B, C, we are going to be reversing or going up or down or whatever. Okay, so I just want to get that out the way. We can see, even though on technically, the 1 hour time frame, we did create a higher high off of this high over here of 0.0059. The thing is, the daily candle closed very weak, very, very weak. So, in general, we can see, right, when we go here, this is kind of creating a resistance zone, this area over here, right? We can see that over here, there's some price action. Over here, there's some price action. And we can see that overall here, we have been kind of creating a resistance type zone. But yeah, we can see we're forming some kind of resistance here, which would suggest a push to the downside. The one area I will be monitoring, ladies and gentlemen, is a pullback somewhere to 0.0052 to see how we react off this area. Here's the thing, right? When we look at something like Ethereum, we can see Ethereum is also starting to sell off. If you guys don't know, Turbo is on pretty much the Ethereum chain, and the way it works is if Ethereum is having a good day, Turbo should naturally follow to a certain extent. That is just how it works, right? If Ethereum goes up 10%, that doesn't mean Turbo is going to go up 10%, right? Because Turbo is his own coin at the end of the day. But and just because Ethereum might go down doesn't mean necessarily Turbo will go down a lot, but definitely impacted a decent amount, right? So that's what I have to keep in mind, that Ethereum is it's starting to reject a little bit, and the reason why this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, is because it seems to me, right, that all we see is Family Guy on TV. No, I'm kidding. But it seems to me that we broke structure off of this, right? We kind of created a triple reversal sign. You know me. Um, I love this, right? That's what I was talking about. Created the triple reversal, and momentum is extremely weak right now in terms of the upside. We can see many, many hours of very weak price action, right? So I believe we will continue to the downside. Either it's going to be something like this, or we will have a little bit of a stronger pullback when that time happens, and we'll do something like this, right? So either way, it's going to be down, in my opinion, right? We broke structure, we did a triple tap, right? We did a triple tap, and for me, this is just a continuation to the downside. So if you're looking for leverage plays, wait for the pullback to be selling. But yeah, and the next key area overall for me is going to be roughly around like this, say 98,500, right? Price. We're gonna see how it's going to react. I still always have my eye out on this price zone. 92,000 is very, very crucial in my opinion. So we have to just see and be patient, right? Something that's going to indicate, whether we're going to get pullback or not is going to be the weekly, right? The weekly is very, very, very important. That's why sometimes it's hard for me to say, something is 100% until I see the weekly. Because remember, people, right? When I record a video for a couple hours, something could be going up. By the time it publishes and goes live, it could be a couple hours later, and then it's a different result in terms of a daily candle and eventually a weekly candle, right? So that's why I do these every single day. Generally speaking, though, right, we are starting to slow down. Even if we start pushing down lower and lower a little bit, the reversal signs are already slowly happening, right? The momentum is already slowing down and is already kind of starting to go sideways a little bit, right? We still may be going, you know, sideways a little bit more and then a little bit down. But generally speaking, like the momentum is really slowing down, and it will start to shift sooner than later. So if you're looking to be buying turbo, the opportunities are now anywhere from literally this price from here, 0.0055 to, maximum, I would say 0.0037, right? This is a great buying zone. I get it. It's a wide range, but this is just generally speaking, because when turbo goes beyond, right, when turbo goes above and beyond, above this huge, huge, huge resistance we have, right, once we kind of explode and we go to whatever price, let's just say for the sake of simplicity we go to roughly 10 cents, right, you're going to look at this zone in hindsight and be like, wow, this zone generally speaking was such a great buying zone, right? I could have got a great deal. And that is just reality, right? We hit 10 cents, you are pretty much going to be making almost 20x on your money if you even bought now. So, those that like dollar cost averaging, I would personally suggest to start doing it sooner than later, right? Sooner than later, because buying anywhere, over here, 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 generally speaking, is going to be really, really great, right? Really, really great. And trust me, your averages are going to look fantastic, right? Even once we go back to all-time highs, if your average is somewhere from where I just started it, right, you would be making 2 times profit, so 3 times your money already. And that's before the actual big pump. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.